What can the iPhone teach us about prayer? What's up, fellows? This is Kevin helping you bridge the gap between your life and the good life. Okay, so if you are watching this, I think you are a pretty amazing person. You are an awesome person. You are a fairly reasonable person. Why? Because you have an iPhone. Oh, you don't? Then, how do you live? Why do you live? Where do you live? What's the address of your cave? just kidding. But for real though, why? Okay, so to actually use an iPhone, you need a couple of things. You need a charging cable. You need some internet connection or Wi-Fi. You actually need phone service. And you also need this dongle. Gosh, Apple, why? RIP aux cord. With a bit of reflection and a whole lot of reaching, I think we can learn a few things about prayer from the iPhone. You see, no matter how good this thing is, no matter how good your iPhone is, no matter how efficient your phone is, it is pretty much useless without one of these. Or any device that can plug your phone, your device to the power source. You see where I'm going with this? Without power, the phone will increasingly deplete, eventually resulting in a non-functioning device. I want you to imagine yourself as an iPhone. Fine, if you own any other phone, you can think of yourself as that phone. Jeez. Also, what's the address of your cave? Just like the iPhone, no matter how good you look, no matter how efficient you are, no matter how well you think you're handling life, you will eventually deplete. You will eventually crash if you are not recharged by something or someone. Things happen in our lives which drain us weekly, hourly. You just don't know when things happen and they just suck the life out of us. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, till we are exhausted. But in order to power up, we need to connect to the power source. Our homie Paul in the book of Acts, chapter 17 and 28, says this, that in God we live and move and have our very being. According to the scriptures, according to the Judeo-Christian worldview, God is the source, the power source for the believer. He is the power source that energizes our being and brightens our light. But how can you connect with Him? Simple. It's with this. If God is the power source, then prayer is the charging cable. Prayer is how Christians, prayer is how believers, prayer is how you can be charged up throughout the day without being exhausted. Prayer is not just limited to those moments where you say grace before your meals, or limited to weekly worship services that you attend in your local church, or limited to those times where you really have to ask God stuff. Now, any object lesson is not perfect, and here is how this object lesson about prayer breaks down. You see, you only need to charge up your phone when the battery is low. If your battery is full, you don't need to charge your phone. But unfortunately, many well-intentioned Christians treat prayer this way. Many of us feel the need to connect with God only when we need something. Only when we are frightened or frustrated or afraid. That's when we feel like we need to connect with God because we need Him right now. Or many of us connect with God only when we need His stuff. God, give me money for college. God, give me bae. God, save me from myself. Many of us think that God is this cosmic power source whose only job is to power us up when we need to be. But that's far from the truth. The God of the Bible is portrayed to be this highest conceivable relational being who at his fundamental core, his very nature, is other-centered well-being. In other words, this God who is love, fundamentally wants to connect with other beings. He wants to connect with His creation. And it's out of the abundance of this love that He created us, human beings. And He created each one of us, you and me, with the capacity to connect with God and with other people. So prayer is not about acquiring what we want when we want it. Prayer is about accessing the reality of who we were created to be. And the more we connect with God, the more we realize who we truly are. the more you will see yourself the way God sees you. Precious, beautiful, amazing, incredible, perfect. And that, my friends, is prayer according to the iPhone. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. If you resonate with the content that I produce, please feel free to like this video, share this video. It'll help me so much. I'd love to have you join me on this journey towards getting to know myself a little bit more and also getting to know God more. Till then, this is Kevin signing out, helping you bridge the gap between your life and the good life. Take care and God bless. This time is recording. Thank you.